shortly.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Good morning, clubbers. Another terrific Tuesday in the Isle of Spice. And of course, there's so many things that I am grateful for. Number one, I'm grateful for you because you have options and you've chosen to join us on the Ride Along Network. So we want to thank you first of all. But most of all, I think the thing that I am most grateful for this morning is opportunity. And of course, when I say opportunity, the opportunities that present themselves for myself and for you so that we could become better versions of ourselves. Now, this morning, we're going to be having a fantastic conversation. We are going to be chatting with singer-songwriter Zorina Andel. So thank you for joining us this morning. We are going to dive into her musical career and her inspiring journey. So it's an interesting show this morning. Of course, I'm speaking with Zorina because so many of you have reached out to me and asked me to bring Zorina on the program because you find her very inspirational. There's so much that she's doing. She also has this surprise pop-up where she's just popping up and singing for people when they have, celebratory moments, whether it's a birthday, whether it's an anniversary, whatever it is. So you guys have been asking for her, and definitely we're going to be chatting with her this morning. I want to thank you for tuning into the Wake Up Club. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to start that segment that's called What Irks Kirk. We'll be right back. morning, and of course, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. I want to shout out some clubbers that are already here. I want to shout out Roderick Thomas, Joanne Brafford Batson, Merlene Douglas Julian, Lucy Clement, Judith Thomas Maxime. I want to thank you for joining us, of course, this morning on the Wake Up Club. Now, I know this segment is called What Irks Kirk, and I don't know if it's because I'm in a positive space, there's not much irking me, or maybe I haven't been outside enough. But let me tell you what has moved me recently. Yesterday, I had the honor of attending a scholarship award ceremony. I am very good friends with the Matthew family, and that is Raymond Matthew, the Beast, his wife, Deborah, and of course, his lovely daughter, Beanie. And we are a very close set of friends, and they invited me to their daughter's scholarship award ceremony. Now, I went to the ceremony, and my heart was filled at the ceremony. Of course, they were awarding a number of Grenadians scholarships to attend Monroe University out there in New York. You can do some of it online. You could do some of it in New York. It depends on you. But you know what kind of warmed my heart? Yeah, the Prime Minister was there. My good girl Ashida was the master of ceremony. There were a lot of government officials and people from the Ministry of Education who I have known for many years from my days working at the Ministry of Education. But what warmed my heart was to see the recipients. And what was even more wonderful is that this one didn't have an age limit. So I saw people from all walks of life. Okay, and what is great about this is a first generation scholarship. So I guess the genesis behind it was to ensure that these were people being awarded scholarships to get degrees from families and homes who have not had someone who had graduated university. So number one, that was a great opportunity. And yeah, I'm going to speak positivity into it. The Prime Minister, also spoke about his dream to ensure that every Grenadian family has a university graduate. And I think it's a wonderful initiative. I mean, to say it warmed my heart to see the young, the old, mature people who you would think would not consider furthering their education given the opportunity to do it. And you know what irks me? A lot of people did not apply. So there were spaces and a lot of people did not apply. And don't say you didn't know, because I saw this advertising on social media, left, right, and center, for people to apply for these scholarships. Listen, guys, opportunities are there. Okay, they're knocking at your door. You just have to be brave. Look at this. I saw this woman. She probably, I don't want to assume, okay, but I saw this really mature woman, and I was so inspired at the fact that at her age, she has taken up this opportunity. And I'm going to tell you, as someone who is 51 years old, when you look at what's out there in terms of opportunities, there's usually an age limit. So people like me and some of you can't apply. But this was different for Monroe University. So let me tell you something. My heart was filled looking at this. I want to commend the government. I want to commend the Ministry of Education. And I want to say hats off to all the young, not so young people that decided to take this opportunity to better themselves and to give their families even further opportunities. So that's what's in the What Irks segment. The only thing that really irks me is the fact that some of you need that push to grab these opportunities. Okay, so I tell you about it now. So if you didn't know about it, call them and find out so how you won't get in on the next batch. You hear me? Listen, thank you for joining us on the Wake Up Club. It's a terrific Tuesday in the Isle of Spice. When we come back, we're going to be chatting with singer-songwriter Zarina Andel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Wake Up Club. And of course, my conversation this morning is with the singer-songwriter Zarina Andel. I have known her for many years. We actually worked together at Digicel for some time. Zarina, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Good morning, Kirk, and good morning to everyone. Thank you so much
Listen,
for
it's
having me.
definitely a pleasure to have you.
Thank
You
you.
have been specifically asked for, okay,
I feel
which means
honored.
that you're definitely having that impact on people. Listen, I know you. Some of us know you as a songstress, but we really don't know who you are. So, in your
hmm
own words, tell us, who is Zarina Andal? Where is she from? Tell us about Zarina Andal.
Of course. Of course, my name is Zarina Andol. I am from right here in Grenada, the beautiful Spice Island. A little bit about me. I am a very, how should I put it, jovial, versatile person. My brand, ever since I've known myself, my brand has always been speaking to creating positive impact and also to give back. Well, as people can see with the different initiatives I do. But that is a little bit about me. I tend to always be on the positive side. I always aim to have positive influences. Um, and yeah, I'm a jovial person, and I just love to make people smile. To be honest,
Okay.
that's
Which part
really
of
what.
Grenada are you from?
Woodland side, the south side.
Okay, definitely. Now, you are predominantly known as this songstress with this fantastic voice. I have to ask you, how did that begin? How did your musical journey, where did it begin for you?
So I will say since I was a child. So since I was a child, I think my parents recognized I had the talent. So I was
Hmm.
trained ever since I was a child. So they will have got me into voice training, into choirs, into different competitions, etc., to boost my confidence. I used to sing in church. My mom told me when I was like 2 years old, I used to fight for the mic at church. So I don't remember, but she tell me I'm always fighting for the mic, and they have to give me the mic, man. you know. But it started ever since I was a child. It was I will say embedded into me by my parents since they recognize I have the talent and they realize I love to sing. I've always had the support of my parents and my family, I must say. So that has been my biggest, where it really began. And then of course I started singing in church, so as most singers do.
Okay. But who would you say are your biggest musical influences? And how have they shaped you? Because you didn't just decide to grab a mic, somebody must have inspired you. Tell us about
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, as I get older, I would say Lauren Hill is my favorite, is my biggest influences. But when you say I didn't just grab my mic, I kind of did. I always, I always wanted to be a singer. And when I was, I think when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I remember telling my mom she will be seeing me on TV. I'll be singing in shows. I'll have my own shows. I'll have this and that, and I'll be telling her this. I was at 5 or 6. And because I mean, I guess it's not I've been seeing people on TV, but I didn't have like someone I look up to at that point in time as yet. I just knew I had a passion and a drive for singing. But as I grew older, Lauren Hill is my biggest fan. I mean, she's my biggest the biggest person I actually look up to. I love her voice. I love her journey, and she's the person that I like the most, I will say.
Okay, definitely. Now, you are also a songwriter.
hmm
You've written a lot of original
Yes.
compositions. What's the genesis of that? Where does that? What causes that? Is it? How do you start? Do you start with lyrics? Does it come from an idea? What's that process like? If you could walk us through that.
Of course, of course. So, whenever people ask me that question, I always tell persons I am always hearing music. So for me, it starts with a melody first. I will hear something. I will just like it's almost as if it's a sixth sense. So everything, like even the sound of the wind, the sound of the waves, the AC, the sound of the AC, the vehicles passing. For me, it sounds like music to me. So everything sounds like music to me. That's how my brain sees it. So I'm always hearing music, so I'm always creating. I'm always in that space of actual creating. So and in terms of, yeah, so it will start with the music first, the actual melody of the song, and then I will get lyrics after to match that actual melody line of the song. So that is how the process starts. But I'm always hearing music. I'm always hearing it.
Okay, you spoke about lyrics, and when it comes to lyrics, are there specific messages you choose to convey? You're a very positive person. I know that you have been a gospel singer for a long time, but you've
Mhm.
also branched out into
Yeah.
different genres. But is there
Yes.
a specific message that you want to convey?
So for me, the message I always tend to want to convey is a message of peace, love, and hope. That is the message that I always want to convey whenever I'm singing, whenever I'm writing, whenever I have the lyrics. So usually whenever I'm writing, I will either sit at home and write, or sometimes I might go to, like, the I will go to the beach, or probably go to a waterfall somewhere, or somewhere I can get nature inspired by nature, I will say. So yeah, but it's more of the, I always tend to want to keep a positive outlook, so my lyrics tend to always have that thing where, how can I make somebody smile? So if I put this specific line in the song, how will it make them feel? Will it make them feel good about themselves? Will it make them question their worth? So I always tend to have lyrics that will make people feel good about themselves, and not question your worth, but to know that you have value and worth as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I think it's frightening, and that's for me, even though I'm a public speaker, but to actually be standing up there and performing in front of hundreds and thousands of people. What is your favorite part of performing, and what has been your greatest performing experience so far?
So, greatest performance experience so far. I have to think about that one. But what I will say is, the last time, because I was performing live for a while, and then after I had my son, I had to, step back a bit because I had to, be a mother first.
Mhm,
And then I recently, I did police brass in December, and
mhm,
I'm not gonna lie, it felt good being on a stage like that again.
mhm,
And for me, whenever I'm performing, I'm in a completely different world. I'm like, it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's a completely different world. And
mhm,
sometimes I might take on a different persona at that time, because the person you see me on stage and who I am when I'm home, I like to be to myself a lot. And when I'm on stage, you will be seeing me, interacting with people, being the positive, vibrant person, etc. um but it's like a completely different world where I get to show a different persona or a different side of me. So, and I think the police brass that I did the last time in December, that was, I think I would say, one of my favorite performances so far.
mhm. You talk about performances, and connection is so important
Mhm.
when performing or when doing anything publicly. And I go out often and I am being entertained, but sometimes the entertainer there is there performing, but they're in their own world and there's not
Right.
that connection. I have
Mhm.
seen specifically with you that connection. Tell me about that connection with the audience, that vibe. How are you feeding off of each other? Tell me about that experience.
Okay, so I will say, anybody who can survive performing in Grenada can survive anywhere else. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
what does that mean?
Okay, I'm gonna explain.
All
So
right.
in Grenada, sometimes I
Uh,
feel like I have to overperform to get the audience to move. Sometimes when you're actually performing, persons will be there, and you have to take them out of their comfort zone to get them into a place where they're feeling entertained. And I
mhm,
feel like it's harder to do it here. I'm not going to lie. I've done performances in the States where I went on stage and I wasn't even I wasn't even like over performing. I was just singing, and
mhm,
people was up on their feet and dancing. I'm like, this is new to me, because
mhm,
I'm accustomed to, whenever I get on stage, I have to, get the crowd going and interact with people and make somebody smile. Because, especially when people come to hear entertainment, they come to, sometimes they had a stressful day, a stressful week, something, you stress them out, and they come to have a good time and to feel lively. So
uh-huh,
as a performer on stage, you have to be able to know how to connect with people and bring them out of that zone. And it's not the easiest feat. It's not the easiest feat, I will say. Especially here in Grenada, is not the easiest feat. But
mhm,
I think because I have grown here, it probably will have gotten me to the place where I learn to connect with people. So before I go on stage or before I perform anywhere, whether it be in a restaurant, etc., I will always look at the crowd first and see the people is there, and I will read the room or read the energy of people that's there, because sometimes the energy is different different at different occasions. So if there is a livelier energy and people are enjoying themselves so far, oh my God, it's easy. If you have a crowd where they're more sitting, they just subtle,
Mhm.
it's harder to get them on their feet. But I always try to look for something that will make them smile or make them feel good about themselves or make them entertained. Or while I'm singing, I will watch the crowd to see their reaction to different songs or certain things I say, certain way how I sing. And once I see that, then I will duplicate that several times to get them.
To move.
Exactly.
Listen, you just spoke about how difficult a Grenadian crowd can be.
Uh,
Um, I've got to ask you, as a performer, how do you handle criticism, or negative criticism, especially in the world of social media?
mhm. So I think because I've been singing since I was a child, I'm used to negative criticism. So I'm at the point where it doesn't move me at all. And I will say, well, I look at every criticism and I try to see if there's some truth to it, because sometimes there is some truth to it, and it can help me to become a better person. So whenever I look at it, it's not a case where I let it get to my head and I start feeling bad and depressed. Oh no! So if people think they can get me depressed and feel bad about myself, it won't happen. Like I'm at the place where I can hear somebody saying negative about me and I'm not moved. I'm literally I am at that place. But I will listen to what you're saying. I will listen to understand and
Mhm.
hear if there's any truth to it, because sometimes some there are people who might say things to make you feel bad, but there is some level of truth in it. There is like, okay, Zorna, you can maybe do better here, and
Mhm.
then there is people who saying it bad because it's just bad minded, and I'll be like, okay, well, that doesn't apply to me, and all the best, good riddance. But but I am at a place where I am literally not. I'm not moved, and I think because of, like I said, because I've been performing since I was a child. I mean, I have even had experiences where I was booed off the stage as I was like a teenager. I think I was performing in a show. I
Mhm.
know. I was performing in a show, and I started to sing, and people started booing me off the stage, and I had to learn to live with this and understand, Zorina, this is not who you are. It's just people were just being bad minded at the time. I was on the stage. I remember, I never forget, I performed a place before where I went on and people walked off. They literally left. I'm telling you, I have
Mhm.
been through it. So I'm at the place where I've like I said, I've been through it. I've walked through it. I've gotten, help, therapy, how to deal with things like that. So I'm at the place where I am literally not moved. And I think it's a power and a strength, but I am not moved at this point.
Yeah. Now I've got to ask you. We spoke about
Yeah.
criticism, and that's personal. Um, but what would you consider the other challenges you face in the music industry in Grenada? Because the island is small, the
Mhm.
opportunities are limited in terms of, yeah, you might perform at a restaurant, in a
Yeah.
hotel, a special occasion. Um, but in terms of taking your music to the world,
Yeah.
what would
So
you say
in
the challenges?
Yeah, so I will say in Grenada, it's definitely difficult as a singer, and especially with the genre I sing. So I'm an EDM and house singer. Most persons don't know that. When I started off, I was doing R&B, soul. I was trying to find the genre for me. But right now, I'm moving into EDM, that is electronic dance music, and house, and even hard style. So that is the type of music I do. So it's not easy to promote my music here. It's like I am still in the process where I'm finding a way as to, okay, how do I do this, how do I navigate this. But it's not easy. But what I have done, so I haven't been focusing so much on the gigs at the restaurants and these live performances, so a lot of persons may not see me performing those. I have been
Mhm.
focusing my attention, one, on building my brand as to how can I be a singer songwriter still, and
Mhm.
still be that person that I want to be, and still showcase my songs, and at the same time promoting myself outside of Grenada. So I have worked with, right now I work with a lot of international DJs, singers, songwriters, etc., worldwide, I will say. So I have been doing that on a wider scale than here in Grenada. And I always tell people, whenever I tell people of the things I do, they're always like, "Oh my God, like you're actually up there," and I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, I'm actually not hearing you." I'm like, "Yeah, I think I need a PR team now." Because it's
Mhm.
like I can't, like I am so busy that I
Mhm.
can't be going and just telling people, okay, I did this, I did that, I did the next, I did. So I'm actually in the process of building a PR and marketing team right now to
Okay.
help with some of those things, because it's like I am literally so busy. Like even last night after 12 at night, I was actually recording for a client, and then I had to sleep and wake up for this. So I am literally always working. So but it has been difficult here in Grenada, but I have found a way to bypass it, especially in the online space. So I've been doing well in the online space, and I've been getting a lot of international clients as well. So that has been working out for me. But I am in the process of building a PR and marketing team to try to make it better. Because there's always room for improvements, of course.
Okay, so you would say that it is financially viable.
Well, if I was to sing in Grenada, like let's say sing in restaurants and stuff, that
Mhm.
is not financially viable. It's not financially viable at all.
Mhm.
But because of the online world and the digital space that we're living in, it
Mhm.
is financially viable. We just have to find a place and where and the platforms to do it, and find the clients who wants your voice and whatever you have to offer. So
Mhm.
yes, it is financially viable, but I wouldn't say what is not financially viable is singing at the restaurants and the little shows, because they don't really pay. I mean, they might. I wouldn't say how much, but people
Mhm.
have to take into consideration practice times. You have to take into consideration commute. You have to take into consideration outfit and makeup and hair, and these things are expensive. So the
Mhm.
little money that you get from singing in like a restaurant or little show here and there, it cannot ideally cover the expenses that it takes to really be a live performer, because
Mhm.
you have to have different outfits, you have to have makeup, you have to make sure you're getting massages, you have to have a gym membership to ensure that you're fit. Trust me, the cost is a lot, but if I have found a way to do it online, so that is financially viable to me.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely. Folks, you tune into the Wake Up Club. We're speaking with singer-songwriter Zarina Andel. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to know what's next for Zarina. What's in
Sure.
her future? We take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447.
Hi, guys. Definitely. Of course, folk, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. We're chatting with the extraordinary Zarina Andel. Now, Zarina, What can your fans expect from you next? Are you working on any new music? What's happening right now?
So right now I'm working on music videos for some of the songs that I will have done. There are some songs that is doing well in the online space, and I haven't done music videos for them. So a lot of persons don't know about it because music videos is a thing that pushes your music. So I am in the process of doing music videos for some of my songs. I should be releasing music videos soon this year, and I am also working on music, on new music as well. And
Mhm.
then of course I do have this pop-up surprise initiative that I do. So I'm also working on that, and there's several other things I'm working on. I am a woman of many trades.
I know that. I know that fully well. And we go dive into the pop up because that's something special that you're doing. But I've got to
Yeah.
ask you, what advice would you give to aspiring singer songwriters?
I will say the first thing I will say is to find your niche. And when I say your niche, what is it about you that you love? So what genre you like to sing, one. Um and in terms of genre, what kind of message do you want to portray? And if you are in Grenada, and I want people to get out of the mindset that it is hard to make it here, or it is hard to make it as a singer-songwriter here in Grenada. No, it's not hard. It's how you promote yourself and what you have to do. I think if we think that it's hard, then trust me, it's always going to be hard. When I started thinking that, you know what, I can do this, it's easier to make it, then my pop up surprises started to grow. When I started changing my mindset and my belief. So I think it's a matter of people learning to. So if I'm here, of course, I'm not like the Beyonce, Rihanna as yet, I will say,
Mhm.
singing all these different shows around the world, where I can get to tour, etc. I'm not there yet, but I have found a way to be able to to take steps step by step and still make it, because I do music full time. People don't know that, or maybe some people know that, but I do music full time because I found a way to make it work for me according to my niche, my values, my purpose. So I think it's a matter of finding who you are, knowing who you are, and doing the thing that matters to you. As long as, I think, once we find our purpose in this world, while why we were brought here in the first place, it's easier now to decide, okay, what kind of singer that I want to be, in alignment with whatever divine purpose I was placed here for. So once people find their purpose, I will say your career will start taking stream and will start taking off, as what I see for myself. I've been finding my purpose and just removing all the different negative blocks that I can't make it, I can't do this, I can't, and be saying, okay, no, yes, I can, I found a way, and speaking positive about myself, I will say. So yes,
Yeah, absolutely. According to Jackie O, it's about mindset, and you've got to speak it into existence. Now,
absolutely.
listen, this pop up thing has taken Grenada by storm. Every time I look on social media, I'm seeing you popping up. In fact, Valentine's Day, I kept looking out my door to see you pop up, but you didn't pop up at all.
Next year,
Now,
next year.
next year, yeah.
Next
Hopefully
year.
somebody will love me enough, okay, to send you to pop up by me on Valentine's Day
Okay,
next year.
okay.
Listen, I've got to ask you, this is so unique to Grenada. I want to commend you on it, but tell me about the genesis of the surprise pop-ups. Where did
Okay,
it start?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I started in November of 2023, and to be honest, this was only supposed to be for 1 month. So when I started, I was doing this for free, and it was just my way of giving back and putting positive content and positive energy out there, because what you give, that's what you get back. So I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what, let's put some positive energy out there, let's have some positive content being created in Grenada and putting it out there. So it was my way of just putting positivity into the world, and
Mhm.
it came back to me full force, faster than I didn't know. I did not plan on making this into a business at all. Like, it was just supposed to run from November. I pop up for several persons' birthdays and just surprise them and make them feel special and nice, and I post on social media.
Mhm.
And the thing went viral.
Mhm.
And then people started, and I started getting so much requests. I'm like, well, I'm doing this for free. I mean, it's my money. I can't, I don't have the finances to fund all of this. And then
Mhm.
people started to beg me to pay me. They're like, well, how much do you charge? I'm like, let me get back to you, because at the time I was like,
You
how
don't know
do I
what you.
charge for how do I charge for this? Like, I don't, like, I didn't plan to. It's not like I started
Mm,
and create a whole business plan and say, okay, I will start off doing it for free, and then I will start charging this, because it was just something to do for 1 month, and it took
mhm,
off, and then I was now forced to level up, no, to start charging,
mhm,
um, and doing the different prices and the different packages, etc. And
mhm,
then last year, earlier last year, I decided to take a step back, because I'm like, I think I need to start building a team. So I added an assistant in July, and
mhm.
then in September it went it started going viral again, because she is good. My assistant Jamila, shout out to you, girl. Oh my god, she is amazing, I will say. And then I started build, and then right now I have more team members that I just added, and then I'm starting to add more, because it's growing bigger than and faster than I ever imagined. Because like I said, I
Mhm,
didn't imagine this into a business. So it's like I was not left at the point where, okay, how do I level up to meet this demand, as opposed to saying, okay, I can't handle this. I'm like, okay, I have to sit, meditate, pray, do everything. How do I level up? How do I build? How do I get ideas from people, get advice from people, to try to level up, because it's growing faster than I ever imagined.
mhm,
But I am leveling up, I will say. I'm getting bigger and better.
mhm.
But yes, so I think and I get a lot of requests daily, like my social media messages on all three platforms is a lot. So
Well,
yes.
listen, it's extraordinary because it's something new. You pop up and you're singing to this person, which, listen, everybody wants to feel special. Okay?
Exactly.
So you're
Yes.
popping up with these gifts from their loved ones, you're singing to them. It is an incredible moment.
Mhm.
Okay? For people who want to know how they can book you for something like that, or where they could find your music. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, if you want to book the pop up surprises, you can message me on any of my social media platforms. So on Facebook, I would say not my personal page, because my personal page, I don't get the time to go on it a lot. So my business
Mhm,
page is Zorina. If you look for Zorina Music, you will see it. So for Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can
mhm,
also contact my business number on 418-1717. That
mhm,
is a business number that I use for the pop-up surprises.
mhm,
You can get me on what you can get us on WhatsApp, or even
mhm,
call straight, if you like. No, we do have a lot of requests on a daily basis. So if we don't get back to you one time, we will get to the person, because there is a lot of requests. Um on a daily basis. So yes, 418-1717 if you want to book the surprise pop-ups. And you can also message me on any of the social media platforms as well: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's the three I use. In terms of my music, it's on Spotify, but most of it is on Spotify. I am still in the process of building YouTube, so I have some of it on YouTube, yes, but Spotify is the main platform that I use, and of course YouTube as well. So on YouTube, it is also called Zorina Music. So it's actually Zorina Music right across the board.
mhm.
On YouTube, and on Spotify, you will see Zorina. Well, I mean, you must see my face. Once you type Zorina, you see
Yeah.
you will see the dreads. This
Mhm.
is the biggest giveaway.
Listen, I'm going to ask you though, how does it work? Because when you show up, I know you're bringing your own natural talent in terms of
Yeah.
song, but you come with gifts. Do you procure the gifts, or do the people who book you? How does that work? Is it a full
So
service? How does it work?
it
Mhm,
is a full service. So it comes with the gift. So it comes with either a bottle of wine or a perfume set.
mhm,
There are persons who sometimes want to add more gifts or customize their gifts as well. So there's also that. And the
mhm,
the, the bottle of wine or perfume sets, that's for adults. For people, for like teens or like kids, it's always
mhm,
age appropriate. So I ask the parents what the child like, and then I would go and buy something for the child in specifically to that. So there's a lot of kids, for example, who like to paint. So I would buy the little canvas and a little paint for them, games for boys, and then also like pre-teens, they like the little makeup set. So I have a little makeup set for them. So so if it's a child, teenager, etc., it's age appropriate for their age. If it's
Hmm.
adults, you get a bottle of wine or you get a perfume set, but you can also customize it as well if you want to add something else, because there are people who say, well, the person have so much perfume, they have so much wines, I want to add my own gift. Then there is a cost with all the gifts included.
Okay.
So once you so I will say message first, state your needs, and it's always customized to suit. Yeah.
Okay, I have Jackie O here saying she wanted to say a special shout out and to thank you. She says, my husband said he was surprised. He couldn't stop smiling and talking
Oh,
about it. Thank you for bringing a smile to people. So,
oh.
definitely you are that impact. You're definitely having that impact. But I want to go back to your singing career because
Mhm.
you're a songwriter. Is there any specific song that you have written that holds specific meaning to you? And what is that song and why?
So I have a song called Fighter. It's going to be re-released as part of the as it was actually written. I will share the story behind it, but we are re-releasing it as a reggae version, and
Mhm.
that's part of the Carriacou Barrel drive. So it's going to be re-released soon as a reggae version with myself, Sanaika, and Akeem on the track, and the different some musicians in Grenada. But when I wrote that song, it's called Fighter. And the reason why the song means everything to me, because I felt like that's what I had to do growing up. I had to fight. So even if I had my parents' support in terms of, Zarina, you can do your music, etc., it's not like I grew up with a lot of money or backing. So
Mhm.
they will always mentally say, Zarina, you can do this, do the music, etc. But I've never had, there are some people who people will discover them and they will fund their career. Oh, I didn't have that. Zarina had to work and
Mhm.
fund her own career. I had
Mhm.
to work, save my money, get broke. Listen to me.
Mhm.
So Fighter, um, a part of the Fighter, a part of the chorus that says, I am a fighter, a natural born fighter. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. So that's chorus, especially that chorus of the song, I will keep fighting until it is the end. It was just me,
Mhm.
discussing the plan I had to take. So it's like I had to be at a place where I realized no one is coming to save me but myself. So I had to save myself. I had to work, I had to get broke, I had to take a loan, I had to listen to me. Everything off just to just to survive and just to fight and be that person. So I've never had that support or that backing or that monetary fund behind me. Everything people see right now, listen, I went in sackcloth and ashes to get it. So I'm not gonna pray, I cry. Oh my god. I ask
Mhm.
questions, I go on YouTube, I go on Google, and every way you could think about, I research on my own. I'm self-taught. So that song Fighter means so much to me because it talks about my journey. It starts off by saying, staring up in the sky, thinking all is lost. Why do I work so hard? What am I fighting for? It's easy to forget all your dreams and give it all up. What good would it be? But I won't give up. No, I will not stop. I will keep fighting on till my breath is gone. In times of fear, in despair, I will keep fighting on because I am a fighter, a natural born fighter. I will keep fighting until it's the end. Whatever wind blows, I'm standing stronger. I will keep fighting until it's the end. So from that first verse to the chorus,
Mm-hmm.
it's me literally. Sometimes I feel like I want to give up because of how hard I have to fight. I have to fund my career. I have to do this myself. I have to, I had to. I left my 9 to 5 in 2018 to do my music career. I went broke multiple times. I'm not gonna lie. I had to borrow money. I had to listen. It was, trust me. So that song literally describes my journey. So once it's re-released, I'll let you know. But it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
re-released soon as a reggae version with myself, Akeem and Sonika, as part of the Karakou Burial Drive.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, but that is a song that I wrote that means the most to me.
Definitely, you spoke about fighting, and I've got to ask you this question: how do you balance artistic integrity and commercial success?
Good, great question. Should I answer it here?
Yeah.
Um, so most people know me as a gospel singer.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I started off first, and I always tell people I have never lost my roots, but I have branched off into doing different genres of music, and that's because I want to be able to experience, you know, just experience how far my talent could take me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started branching off, it was like I had to speak. There was a lot of things that I had to battle with because I grew up as a Christian in church. There's certain things you can't do, etc. And it's like, okay, okay, Zorina, what kind of legacy would you like to leave? Are you going to not explore this different side of you because of a fear of what you think people might think? Um, so I've had to done that. People have criticized me for, oh my God, you leave the church, and I'm like, y'all don't know, I praying every day. The fact that I'm still doing this, what I'm still doing, you think is because I am praising the devil? No. Like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the strength I've had to run and fight through to get to where I am today, I will always say it's God Almighty. Like, I couldn't have done this without God. And I literally pray every single day to keep myself, and especially with the fact that the pop-up surprises is starting to grow. Literally, I'm literally on my knees every single day and saying, God, you take control of this. Let this be you. You show me the way. You guide me. You accept you. So I pray every single day, but of course I have to express myself in certain ways. And I always say, I'm not, as long as I ain't killing nobody, and I ain't like, I won't say the next thing I was about to say, but as long as I ain't, ain't killing nobody, and
Mm-hmm.
I am not, I am not in the place where I'm coming down on people, and I'm interfering with people's lives, etc. I'm doing good. So I think I'm fine. I think I know I am fine. I know I am fine. So that is where it has have to I've had to draw the line in terms of knowing who I am, and in terms of being able to express the different genres that I am in. And that's why I say sometimes when I'm on stage, it's like a different persona, because I've had to sometimes have a different persona to be on stage. And the Zorina in the room, in my bedroom, in my home, it's completely different. Like, you know so I had to take a different persona. But the kind of person that I am, it shows regardless of if I try to hide it or if I try to do something different, it will always come out, it will always show. So people will still see me as a good person. They will still see me, they always will still remember me, because the fact that I was a gospel singer in the starting, and I'm doing pop-up surprises, it shows that my value still remains. Like, I haven't lost my value. I've just branched off because I am living in this world, and I want to branch off and experience how far my talent could take me, because I feel like if I was to remain like a gospel singer, that's where I am, and that's where I have to be. And it's difficult. I mean, you cannot there's certain things I will not say, but it's
Mm-hmm.
difficult trying to be a gospel singer and then do certain things as well. It's like people will criticize you, and it's like I said, I am at a place where I'm okay with people criticizing me at this point. It does not affect me, but I've had to walk through it. It was a process. That wasn't an easy thing to go through at all. But I'm at a better place now, and I will always say people could criticize me left, right, and center. I've seen so much different criticisms. I won't
Mm-hmm.
mention it, but I ignore it. I'm like, yeah, my dream and my vision and my purpose is bigger than that statement, so I won't even listen to it.
Listen, Zarina, we are behind you 100%. Listen, you and I have known each other for many years, and
Yes.
I would tell you that this is the best conversation we've had. We've either been talking about market strategies, sales target, KPIs, you know, something,
Branding.
branding, or you would tell me, Kirk, I hope you're behaving. You let's misbehave.
You
You know,
never behave. That is true. Mm.
listen, I behave well. Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Listen,
believe you.
yeah, yeah, you. Listen, we take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club. We appreciate you on the Wake Up Club, and of course on the Ride Along Network. We'll be right back.
Looking for the ultimate island experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Hi, folk. Of course, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. We're almost at the end of the program, and of course, I have been chatting with the talented Zarina Andel. Zarina, girl, you have so much support. When I look at the comments, there's so many
Yes.
people, blessing you, encouraging you, want to see you continue to strive and to thrive. Neva just say that Cook says that he behaves well.
Hi, Neva.
Whatever.
Me and
Neva.
Neva, me and Neva, yes, we know each other as well. Hi, Neva. Yes, he does not behave. We agree.
Neva knows I behave very well, and I am very good at behaving badly as well.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
listen. Listen. As we wrap up, any last words? What would you like to say to Grenada?
The first thing I want to say is thank you for supporting my journey. There are some people who have been rallying behind me ever since.
Mhm,
There's too much names to mention, but I
mhm,
will say thank you. There are people who will come up to me, encourage me. People will call me, message me on Facebook, see the comments, send me private messages, etc. I see it, and I want to say thank you. And for everyone who's given me great encouragement in the comments, thank you as well. So I want to say thank you to Grenada. It's my home country, of course, and this is a place where I am growing, and
mhm,
I also I thought that I couldn't make it here, and like I said, once I started changing my mindset, I actually
mhm,
started to make it in the thing that is my purpose, which is my surprise pop-ups, and it's now starting to grow. So
mhm.
I must say it couldn't have grown without you Grenadians. It couldn't have grown without you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my journey, and of course the comments, the beautiful words. I appreciate you all, and I must say, and I'm gonna get better and level up more. So I appreciate you so much.
Girl, we just want to see you thrive. I want to thank you for joining us this morning. Don't log off. My producer wants to have a word with you
Sure,
offline after. But I
absolutely.
want to wish you every success in your future endeavors. Folk, Zarina Andel. Zarina, remind us how we can reach out to you again. What are your
Right. So
contacts?
yeah, so if you want to do the surprise pop-ups, the number is 418-1717. Well,
Mhm,
so for people who's not in Grenada, 473-418-1717.
mhm.
It's WhatsApp as well. And then you can also message me on social media, Zarina Music on all platforms. So you have Facebook, you have Instagram, and you have TikTok. That's the three I can use. You can message me you can DM me on those platforms as well, and you can reach me there. So yes.
Definitely. Listen, it was an incredible conversation. It's a terrific Tuesday. I feel uplifted. I can't wait for the release of Fighter because I
Yes.
think Fighter speaks to all of us. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it doesn't matter where you come from, what socioeconomic place you stand. we've all struggled and fought. So I'm excited about the release of Fighter. I want to
Yes.
thank you again for joining us on the Wake Up Club and, of course, on the Ride Along Network. We appreciate every single one of you, the comments. Zarina's here talking and sharing her inspiring story because many of you have asked me, you've reached out to me personally and said, listen, you've got to feature this woman. And you were absolutely correct. So, as we end the program, Zarina, thank you again. I want to wish every Grenadian, everybody tuning in, which part of the globe you're tuning in from, a terrific Tuesday. I want to encourage you to grab every opportunity for yourself and your family. And remember, every day you should be aiming to become a better version of the person you were yesterday. Enjoy the rest of the week, folk. Have a good one. Bye.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.